In this video, we're going to look at the handover from sales to services and the account management process. I'm going to give you an overview of the procedure here and then hop into a template which you can download and edit and make it your own. So the procedure you should set up with sales and the account managers or a strategist or both if you have them in your agency, or sometimes I've heard of agencies having a customer success manager, which is another role. So what you need to do is set up a meeting, and maybe sales is only there for the first 30 minutes and then they exit because the account manager, the strategist, they're going to take over. You're going to run through the proposal of what was actually talked about, and then a complete price list as well of everything that's available. Highlight the package that was purchased, confirm tasks and the timeline, look at an out of scope and wish list, and then look at a monthly report. So let's actually walk through this process step by step in the template. Starting with the first sheet, I've included the instructions here just in case anyone comes across it, and you can edit all of this. So you'll download it, make a copy, make your own version. You can then edit the how-tos. So starting from here, this is where you'd bring sales and they would do the introductions to the account manager, to the people that are actually going to be doing the work. And that's where sales exits. You do not want the prospect contacting sales on a regular basis for the delivery. They need to know that they have an account manager, a point to contact all the time so that sales can get on and do their sales job. So you would take the information directly from the proposal that sales have closed with a client, list out the complete list of challenges, and they have an objectives in each of the tasks. Now, if this isn't clear for you in your business, I actually do cover how to create proposals, how to make sure that there are challenges and objectives with clear, specific results, because this can be an area that gets agencies stuck. If they don't have proposals with clear objectives, clear challenges, the client can sometimes think that they're getting something else from you. The challenges really are only relating to visitors and leads when it comes to marketing. You can promise that sales enablement can occur, like there will be the ability to improve the sales education, but you can't guarantee a sale. So your challenges have to be around the increase in quality and number of visitors, increase in quality and number of leads. And you can dig into, do they have a great sales process? Who does the follow-up? What is their follow-up process? And that can be an add-on. But when it comes to marketing and inbound marketing and digital marketing, visitors and leads and the increased quantity and quality. And you might have an objective like, we aim to lift visitors by 5% from today's date, which is which number, and to another date in the future. And make sure you give yourself some good buffer. Also mention some actually benchmarks here is a really good one. So go and get some benchmarks. There are great ones available from HubSpot, industry benchmarks, and put them in there so that they can go, well, we'd like 10%. And you can go, well, actually, the benchmark shows 5%. So give them some realistic numbers. Next, and I've covered this off in the growth pillar, is around how to make your packaging and pricing. So you would actually have in here all the packages with all the add-ons and a description. So once sales exits and they have handed over the proposal and done the introductions, they can go from this meeting. They don't need to be there for the meeting. They can go on, get back on the phones, get back to their meetings. And now the account manager and the strategist take over. In this part, they're just going to highlight, hey, look, here's the whole price list. The salesperson will have walked you through that at the time of selling, and you've chosen a particular package. But just to remind you, if anything comes up in the future, you can refer to this if there's any extras and if there's anything that you would like to discuss. But it's just a reminder that you have a menu of services, and it's very important for you to create that if you don't have that done already. And I'll talk a little bit more about how this would come into play. Next, you would take that price list and just bring it right straight over and into what are you going to be doing on a monthly basis. So here it could be website content, and you could make a plan for that to actually cover off in here. So you would actually have that website content, have it crystal clear that in month one, what are you going to do? Or actually, there's nothing to be done because we're doing other work. But then that this could be a point, or it could be an hour, or it could be something that you would actually work on. Sometimes agencies use amount of money, or use credit, or use number of hours. So you'll figure out which way is it actually working for you. What services are you doing? SEO services? Are you doing marketing assets for them? Are you doing tactics? So as the account manager, you're going to walk through this step by step and talk to them about what is happening when. And this is where things can come out going, oh, in month 3, we've actually got a conference on, so we better be doing activities in month 2. And this is where the whole plan can get sorted and crystal clear. And what you do here is you jump over and you discuss with them going, look, on a regular basis, ideas are going to pop up, changes are going to pop up, like, hey, that conference you just talked about. Any new ideas you want to discuss and you would like us to talk about, we're going to talk about them in the monthly report. So when you have an agency, a lot of where the hours get blown out is out of scope work. And the reason it gets out of scope is because there's never been a vehicle or an actual methodology for you to go, out of scope work is a normal happening in an agency. What we do is if something comes up that you want to talk to us about, drop me an email, put it on Slack and say, hey, in our monthly report, let's talk about this new conference we've signed up for, and we can put it as a topic there. If it's something urgent, which sometimes it can be, you can ring up and start to bring up the planning calendar and go, okay, well, and you can break this down into even the weeks 1, 2, and 3, 4. You can break it down by months, whichever way you want to. And you can go, well, what am I going to take out here? What will I swap if for this urgent thing that you need done in week 3 of month 2 to swap it out? And they go, oh, no, we can't swap that out. Okay, that's fine. Well, then do you want to add it in? Because we can add it in, but we'll have to make a plan for it at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, you might have a wish list here. You can even share this spreadsheet with your client. This wish list will have their ideas, the things that they'd love to work on. You can discuss then, hey, what do you want to implement? What will be the impact on the objectives that we've talked about at the beginning? This is where, are you going off in another direction when really the objective is to increase the visitors? You have to discuss that with the client. Will this be additional work, or are you replacing work that has been already planned? If you're replacing, it's going to have an impact. So having a place to talk openly about out of scope work stops the scope creep, stops the blowout of the hours, stops you doing additional work for clients that you don't get paid for. So between the planning calendar and the wish list, you can keep the project on track. The client knows what you're working on, and they know if they want to ask for anything additional, there is a place to ask for that and a process for them to do so. Every single month, you need to prepare a monthly report for your client, and you are not to email this over to them. In some software, you can set up automatic reports, which will go directly to people without your input. If you continue to do that, you as an agency will be undervalued by the client, because they will go, well, I can just get that software monthly audit report directly emailed to me, and they won't see the value in your insights and everything that you need to add. So switch anything off that's automatic, unless they specifically ask you for the automatic one, but you add in this one as well. Ideally, you would want to set up a call and record the call. If you're not booking a call, record the meeting of everything that's going on in this document. Go in and out of their portal, go into their results, make that recording, and make sure you can track that they've watched it on a service like Vidyard or Wistia. Remind them that they have had challenges. You take this from the proposal and question them every month. Are they still relevant? They wanted more visitors. After 3 months, have you increased those visitors? If yes, great. Then have they more challenges? Oh yeah, well, the quality is we could be better and we can improve the conversion rate. There's many more things they can do. There will always be challenges, but to address the ones that they had in the beginning, have some being fixed, and to document that you are the reason they are successful, and highlight that to them. Clients can forget over time, especially when everything's going really well. The objectives of the work that you're doing, why are you doing that website contact? Why are you doing those campaigns? Because they want more visitors, and that's the objective. Keep reminding them. Generally, clients are very busy in their day-to-day job, and they only remember the agency work when you highlight that to them. Next part of the report is you pull out all the numbers, do screenshots of their portal, talk to them about the before and the after, before they started working with you. Then you make some recommendations on next steps. If something's been working and you want to do more of it, highlight that. If something has not been working, talk about why it hasn't worked, what you think the reasons are, what you're going to do to fix it. And then you can make some insights and recommendations. Maybe there's something that they're not doing. Maybe they don't have a chatbot on their site, and you can see that by the number of visitors, having a chatbot would be helpful. You could see the questions that they're getting on their contact form could be answered by the chatbot. Now is your time to shine as an agency. The agency that is making the most amount of insights and recommendations that can help improve a client, they are going to be the winners in the future. So this is the overview here of the sales to account management overview handover process with the list of services, the planning hours, points, reports, the whole lot. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are now completely ready to set up your own sales to account manager process and then your account management process going forward. This is a really, really solid piece of procedure and process to have in your agency that is going to make your salespeople super confident that they can hand over the client, a new client, to the services team, know that they can take themselves out of the loop, and they're going to leave in a structure and a system and process that they can check into on a regular basis. Enjoy.